Northeast, I would like to welcome you here and thank you for all your support. I assume most of you know that BIBAK Northeast is a non-profit organization organized by a few Cordilleran families residing in New Jersey and New York. The mission is to help the Cordillera region, especially families who do not have economic resources or struggling economically. Because of that, it's been a challenge for years to meet our goal. Despite these challenges, we have continued to grow and we have continued to prosper. Each year we touch the heart of more people. Each year we do a better job than we did the year before. And I want you to share with you the two reasons that I think we've been successful. First reason is I believe in my heart that God helps those who want to do good things. And we do many good things in BIBAK Northeast. The second reason for our success is because of the people in BIBAK Northeast. But when I think the people of BIBAK Northeast, I think about the volunteers, I think about the youth group, I think about our friends who supported us financially, and the people who are here tonight. These are the people I think about. And they make such a difference in the life of so many. And I believe that's the secret of our success. Lastly, thank you again for coming and your support. I hope you have a good time this party tonight. I ask you, please be safe. Please don't drink and drive. Welcome.
It is an honor to introduce to you tonight's guest speaker and inducting officer. He was born second of three siblings in Toledo City, Cebu, in the Philippines. Eager for education, he left home for Manila at a tender age of 12, for he also learned to be a responsible person at such a young age. He finished his college education in 1993 from the University of the Philippines with a law degree. The following year, he was admitted into the Philippine Bar. He worked for a law firm in Manila until he migrated here in 1996. While he was here, he completed his master's degree in international economic law from the University of Michigan Law School in Ann Arbor, Michigan. That was in 1997. Around that time, another degree started lurking. St. Valentine's hit his heart. He met a beautiful lass who also hails from Cebu, got married, and finally said his I do. For that reason, he went to move here to New York, where he was admitted in the New York Bar in 1999. After working as an associate with Gell & Law Firm for several years, he started his own immigration law firm in New York City. He is married to former Chuna Cavada, who is a nurse working at Jacobi Hospital in the Bronx, and are blessed with a son, Joseph, who is 12 years old, and he is here with us tonight. So tonight, as we celebrate our youth's involvement in this diverse world of ours, help me to welcome our guest speaker and inducting officer, Attorney Clarence Trosio. Let us give him a big round of applause.
Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. It's an honor for me to be invited to this event. I'd like to congratulate the newly inducted officers of BIBAK, Audrey, and the past officers also, and Vice President Mario, and the rest of the officers and members of this organization. Well, BIBAK Northeast FAM, I'd like to mention the full name of the organization in honor of the various groups coming from different provinces in the Cordillera Mountains, Benguet, Ifugao, Buntok, Mount Province, Apayao, and Abra, Kalinga provinces in the Philippines. So let me start by reminding us of what we already know. This is just addressed to the young members of the organization if they're here. Ang hindi marunong lumingon sa pinanggagalingan, hindi makararating sa paruroonan. Meaning, he who does not know how to look back at where he came from will never get to his destination. So, my friends, our community has come a long way from the comfort and familiarity of the magnificent Cordillera Mountains. We traverse vast oceans to be this country that has so much to offer for our parents and our children. Having taken this path, however, we should never forget that from where we came from and be cognizant of who we are today and what we have moving forward. When I first arrived here, part of me was wary of going back to the Philippines, I guess just like every one of us. I knew that if I did at the time, I would be tempted to stay in the Philippines and never come back here. I finally went back many years after to attend my parents' 50th anniversary or wedding anniversary. By then, I had already established a life that would make me want to stay here and call this country my home. It took me several years to adjust to my new life. I guess the same is true with every one of us. What made coping too hard was accepting the fact that I was different. We were different. I struggled with knowing that I was not and could not be like the people around me. What I didn't know then, and what I know now, is that being different is a gift in itself, a cornerstone of American society. Our diversity, shaped by our unique history, values, traditions, and culture, is our gift to this country. By keeping our traditions, values, and culture alive, that's what we're doing here now, we become active participants in an ever-changing landscape of American culture. That is why it is crucial for all of us to be proud of who we are and to maintain our identity as such. By doing so, we can ensure that this country, our new home, will continue its path of honoring and respecting its underlying diversity. Specifically, our young, the youth. You are constantly faced with the challenge of adapting to your reality here. I encourage all of you to stay in tune with the times as best exemplified by the first African-American president today. At the same time, we have to remember, and if necessary, we have to reacquire our traditional values and learn how to practice them in consonance with the culture that exists here. Use our history and community values as an anchor to keep us grounded and as a compass to guide us moving forward. In that way, the American society that we all live in here today would evolve further based on our respective grounds. So mabuhay tayong lahat. Congratulations to the new officers, and let's give ourselves an applause.
Okay, good evening everyone. This is not an intermission, okay? I am not here to sing. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I am sincerely humbled to stand in front of you tonight to accept this big responsibility. The confidence, the trust, and the assurance that you have given me is the greatest ammunition that I have. Never did I imagine that someday I would be chosen to lead in this capacity. It cannot be denied that filling the void vacated by a respected and well-known outgoing president, Mr. Erwin Kilip, is impossible to emulate. But I strongly believe that your presence tonight and the full support that you have given and shown the BIBAK Northeast from its founding and inception will lessen the burden and the stress that come along with it. As we trek on together to cyberspace and continue with the objectives and mission of the BIBAK, it is your continued support that will strengthen and make BIBAK Northeast continue to flourish. Coming to America was the beginning of a new milestone in my life. This is where my husband and I bore and raised our 2 kids and made ourselves a home. This is where I learned to dance our native dance, paraded our native attire, and was surrounded by people who spoke our native dialect. In the Philippines, I was raised in the city, and I never felt the need to talk and celebrate and award different cultures. I grew up where some of my friends never fathomed that a person of Igorot ancestry would be in their midst. Although I did not speak the language, I never denied my heritage. Because of the foundation and pride that my parents and grandparents have instilled in me, there must have been a longing in me to be with people who share a common thought, interest, and culture. And it is the BIBAK that has gathered us together in this land of opportunity. We are very fortunate, though, that the seed of the BIBAK organization was planted by those who were here before us. This seed has to be tilled and the foundation strengthened by the current generation to be reaped and duplicated by the BIBAK of tomorrow. Let us expound on what we have by continuing to advocate for activities that will involve the children and the elderly in the community we live, especially in our respective birthplaces. From the little boy standing on the far side of the room and this old man sitting in front of me, I'm sure that they have ideas to share. Let us open our hearts and minds and give them a voice. Let us reach out and make the circle wide. To our young people, you may not have experienced life in the Cordillera, but your being members of the BIBAK fam shows pride and desire to learn more about your culture. Education, though, should not be taken for granted. Your involvement in the organization's different committees will help you develop your social skills, your communication skills, and your confidence needed to reach your goals in life. You are the future. To our seniors, you have shadowed us by example, and we have come a long way. Although technology is inevitable, the values that you have instilled in us is something that we cannot replace. You are our mentors. I would like to thank our speaker tonight, Attorney Trosio and his son Joseph, to the members and leaders of the different BIBAK and Filipino organizations who are with us tonight, for Dr. Prospero Lim, the president of the Philippine Independence Day Committee, and the past president. We also want to thank BIBAK New York, represented by Mr. Andrew Payuan, and also for UKAA, Ms. Delia Famarin, and also to Father James, to Father Willis, and to Father Palasi. To our friends and relatives, in behalf of the BIBAK Northeast, I thank you. I would also like to thank the other BIBAK groups who cannot make it tonight, but sent their words of encouragement. To my children, Trish Angelica and Dreyan Carlo, who think I am the best but craziest mom in the world. And to my husband, Brian, a full-spirited Igorot who reintroduced me to my beginnings and has always been very supportive and patient with me. You are the wind. We would not be here today if no one person took the time to formulate the bylaws that guide our decision making. We would not be here today if no one person dignified his past, thus preserving his ideology. We would not be here today if our forefathers did not brave the bitter cold and the hot and scorching heat and the warring tribal just to raise us. They braved all this just to raise me. I am an Igorot. And the least I can do is to help continue what they represent through the BIBAK Northeast to the best of my ability. Please help me, God. Thank you, and gawis ay labiyo amin.
Please raise your right hand. I'll just... Please repeat after me. I, your name, state your name. Do solemnly swear that I faithfully serve the BIBAK Association Northeast USA Incorporated as a, please state your position, and will to the best of my ability perform my duties and responsibilities of which I was elected. I will further commit to exercise my position with integrity and always act in good conscience as I consider myself trustee of the BIBAK Association Northeast USA Incorporated. So help me God. Congratulations.